Alrighty.
We're back.
Yep, back. Got a Pokemon lineup.
You're back with Zombie and Zagraz, by the way.
More or less.
More or less. Like one of us changed halfway through the process.
Yep.
We're off to a fantastic start.
I got killed and got replaced by a clone.
Oh god.
I think.
Metropolis. Anyway.
I think that's a robot. Thank you.
That's the joke. You could be a robot clone.
No, I bleed. No.
Yeah, all I heard was no, I bleed.
Just stab. Oh, nope, I bleed.
By the way, emergency room right now.
Okay.
We decided what we're doing.
All derpiness aside, the Lillipups I have to go with right now are the ones from Boundaries Crossed because they have the most HP and technically the best attack. Did you saw those other Lillipups out and about? Or at least the other.
This is the other one. It's poop. Don't play it.
50 HP, tackle, and takedown.
It's poop. Don't play it.
10 for 1, 2 for 20. This is 2 for 20, but Roar makes your opponent switch out.
Which can be kind of good.
Yeah, I mean if they.
It's disruption.
They could have a Garbodor only on the bench, and you just say, "Get out here."
Come here, Garbodor. Come play. Come out to play.
So 3 of them, along with 3 of the Stoutlands, because you don't need to worry about the Herdiers. The stage 1s of the 2, and do I really only have 3? Do I really not have a third
red hollow? Okay. Anyway, we'll talk about it later.
That's gonna be a problem. Okay. Either way,
You fix it later.
maybe. That's pretty much the.
Oh, it is Dark Explorers, isn't it?
Yes, it is. No, it's Boundaries.
Oh yeah.
It's on
You can
Boundaries.
find it. People buy Boundaries.
That's pretty much the line of those. 3 Virizions.
That's a 4,
EX,
sir.
Or 4 Virizions. I'm looking at the. I'm not looking at this one. This one's.
It's too pretty for my eyes.
It's
too shiny for
blinding. And 2 of the Genesects.
I thought he was gonna say 1.
It's blind. That one's not blinding. It's all dark and
In the shadows. It's playing in the shadows.
pleasing to my eyes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. 4 and 2 on the Virizion Genesect.
So.
and because that's what I got.
12 so far.
Yes.
Yep. 12.
Yeah.
I can count.
I can't.
You can't.
Nope. We're gonna have problems here.
So that's why your decks always seem to be at 61 or 59.
I'm just a cheater.
Keeping it real.
2 Terrakion.
Darkrai sucks.
Pretty much. I'm pretty much aiming for Darkrai because I've thought about a lot of the other matchups for this deck. And the only other one that could give me problems in theory is honestly Tool Drop.
Tool Drop, yeah, it could roll on you if you're not
Because
ready for
in
it.
theory, that deck could
explode.
poop on everybody. On any deck. Even
Yeah,
Darkrai
that
decks.
deck is so... It sets up really fast.
And
if it's...
1 Keldeo, because free retreat on guys is cool. And shouldn't have to worry too much about sleep and stuff with Virizion. So hopefully 1 will be good. And then Mr. Mime, because once again, Darkrai sucks.
Darkrai's a douchebag.
I hate me Dark guys.
I don't mind Darkrai, but I play
course you
him.
do.
I play him, so yeah.
Well,
I
see
usually
what
play
you're
him with weird stuff like Chandelure, but I do play him.
At the time, that was a thing.
It wasn't a good thing. It was one of the lower tier Darkrai decks.
It's still a thing. It was.
I'd rather play Duskmorn with him.
It was a 1.5 tier, honestly.
Okay, I'll take that.
Like when it was actually in its heyday, it was 1.5. It was fully played, with beaches and everything. Okay, talking about trainers. Energy
Options.
Switch.
Search.
It's a good switch. It's
Search.
A good,
You said Switch.
yeah.
You said Energy Switch. That's an Energy Search, sir.
That was
It's
next
coming
card.
next.
That's next card. Okay, Energy Search. Good if you're playing multiple
Energy types,
types.
which he will be.
Which I will because Terrakion. He's a energy. He's
a hog.
energy queen.
Energy Queen.
Energy switch. Well, if I need just the extra piece of energy, then one of my other guys have it. So just do it basic. And for the most part, this deck will be mostly basic energy because, well, Darkrai's a turd, and they run Energy Crush.
Enhancing Hammer.
Enhancing Hammer. Yeah.
And Crushing now.
Probably not as much.
I could still see him using it.
Well, yeah.
They don't have catcher space now. They can do it.
I guess they can, yeah, I guess that's... Well, they have other reasons for catchers now. Or they have other things for catchers, which I'll be getting to myself. Super Rod, just recycling important things if things get killed.
Yep.
Or energies get discarded. Or
Yeah.
switch, just in case.
And switch.
Yeah, switch. In case I need to get out and don't want to ditch energy. Max Potion. I only
Maybe.
see this
Attack if at all.
a tech if I run a certain ace back.
The Life Ruiner.
Yeah. I mean, it's not
Scram the Life Ruiner.
it's not the best option, but it's not the
Worst.
With this deck, I don't see it being the most prominent, so I don't know if I'll be messing with that. Scapegoat. It's probably the best card right now because no catchers. Because people forgot how to play with this card.
I remember how to play with that card.
I know. I do too.
And those were the days. We're old.
Not really. It was only like a couple years ago.
2.5.
2.5, 3 years. Yeah. When Warp Point was a thing.
I missed 4 point.
Yeah, I do too.
Laser.
Laser. Just in case I need to push a little bit extra damage on the table, because I know
Garbodor's weird and has 100.
Stoutland cannot one-shot Garbodor by 10. So
There you go.
lasers are still a thing. Candies, because
They're automatically a thing because it's candy.
it's a thing for stage 2s.
And you're running it, so you're playing 4.
Yeah, I mean, so you basically skip the stage 1. That's why I don't run the Herdier, which was the stage 1. Tool Scrapper. Once again,
I want to argue that is the best trainer in the format. Because Tool Drop will ruin your life if you're not ready for it.
I disagree because this is a counter.
It also deals with Dark Claw and...
It deals against 2 decks. 2 very prominent decks, but it only...
It deals against the Plasma deck, the Virgin deck too.
But not as much. At the same time, this is... It's like the catcher thing. It's the universal card that can go in everything.
They both can.
Yeah, but this is... They both do that, but at the same time, this is only really prominent against 2 decks, in my opinion. Because against...
TDK plays Bangles of Floatstones. No,
Yeah,
Darkrai plays Claw and
everything-
Sunstones depending on the deck.
Darkrai, depends on the Darkrai.
Tool Drop plays it.
It depends on the Darkrai. If they're playing the Garbodor, this is key against it.
Right. Tool Drop.
Tool Drop, because, well, that's their ammo.
Blastoise, the Kyurem Keldeo thing, plays Stones as well.
Everything plays stones.
Which is
Why this is running everything. But at the same time, this
that's just as
messes
good.
with so much else.
I'm not saying it's the best of the worst. That they're probably tied actually. Is actually the argument I would like to make.
Okay.
But anyway, see that was lively conversation. Ultra Ball, search stuff. We're done. Keep going, so we can catch up.
Pretty much.
Search stuff. We're done.
You don't really search, it's just...
Whoop! Supporter.
Yeah, pretty much. You go through the deck for a supporter, first one you get, that's what you're stuck with. And
I don't like
kind
it for this, but
it's kind of up in the air. I mean, I'll like it because of some of the supporters I'll be running I'll want to get, but it's still up in the air. Flowstone, we were just yelling at each other about it.
it played. It's going in there. It's the best. It's the best tool in the format. It's going in there.
One of...
No, the. I argue the. Even Darkrai, even normal Darkrai variants play at least sometimes play it. Because they're like, oh, we have space for this.
That's also because they run Garbodor.
What?
They run Garbodor. So
or they play a Keldeo, so they don't have to attach one of their dark energies to the Keldeo.
Right. But at the same time,
But that's less copies.
Mirror also kind of shuts off an entire deck.
Mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Mirror does kind of kill an entire deck, so...
It kind of messes with Virgin, too.
Virgin, say. It does. But not the variant I'm running with, so I'm not too worried about Mirror. I did kind of think about Plasma Mirror, but...
You mean Badge?
No, the Plasma Mirror.
I mean,
or the Silver Mirror.
Silver Mirror.
Oh,
okay.
Wait. You know what I didn't grab out?
Silver Mirror?
No. Bicycle, just in case.
Draw cards.
I'm not entirely sure how much I'll be milling through my hand with this deck.
That'll be a card on playtesting.
It's one of those decks.
If you do an update, basically.
Yeah. I feel that if I do this deck, or the way this deck works, I might mill my hand early, but late, like mid-late game, I'll be going, why can't I hold all these cards?
I can't handle this club.
Experience share. is really good with Trekian.
It's really good with Virizion too.
It is.
Just in general.
But Trekian, just because you don't really have... If he's on Trekian, you don't really have to worry about keeping up with him. He can just kind of...
Be his own Jones.
He can sit there with the experience share, get an energy. If someone dies, get an energy. Switch or head out, attach energy, retaliate. You don't have to really... You don't really have to let on that you have the...
Fighting. You can bluff it, basically.
Yeah. And the other one that I missed, that I feel like a derpy guy without, is not in this pile of free course.
Was it Mirror?
No, the other one.
Well, we can light Mirror out though.
We could. The other silvery thing, Majigger.
Oh, Bagel?
Yeah. Because.
Well, this pile doesn't have bangles. What a scrub.
Really?
No.
I was gonna say one of these piles has to have a bangle. I saw him.
I've got them in my binder if I gotta take them out.
This enrages Ryan.
Why is there like 6 ethers in this pile?
Because it.
Oh, that guy. That stuff.
Yeah, I think it's his stuff.
6 ethers! What?
Okay, Silver Mirror, like I said, it prevents any and all damage done to your Pokemon
By plasma Pokemon.
by plasma Pokemon.
Well, the Pokemon it's attached to, by plasma Pokemon.
Yeah.
Actually, it's effects too, I think, including damage. So I think I think if he's out front, like
all effects of an attack, including damage.
so it ignores Chatot for that Pokemon specifically.
No. The Pokemon is unaffected. Chatot does not affect the Pokemon.
Oh yeah, you're
That's
right.
the
You're
tool.
right.
But it cannot be attached to an EX. So
It also can't be the Chatot can't confuse you with its Tone Death attack. Oh no!
Okay. Silver Bangle, against EXs.
Yeah.
Against any and all the EXs, it does extra damage. So
On non-EXs, of course, but
yeah, it's another Silver Claws, I guess.
it's a bullet card, really. There's a silver bullet card.
Silver Bullet cards. I mean, they can't be equipped to EXs. That's pretty much the way they work. I don't know if this will be in there because this deck.
It's just Stoutland and Terrakion.
The way this deck works, I don't see Stoutland. If Stoutland's in there and the kind of the things going, I don't see speed, power, power rushing into attacking or the kills will be a problem. It's just sit there and get the attacks going. So, and try to get your bench stacked back up for another Stoutland or whatnot. Moving on from items, because those are about the main ones I saw.
We'll talk about Apex later, last.
Another thing that goes on, just because this will be a short thing, is stadiums. All of these have their own points. If I go with lasers, Burbank City Gym will not be a bad thing.
Because Laser Bank is always cool.
Yeah. But a lot of people still run the laser bank. So I may not really have to worry about this too much. There's still people. Maybe not around here, but it's still... I mean, there's a few people around here who do it.
What, Laser Bank?
Yeah.
I still play it.
Every now and then.
Depends on the night. It really depends on what I'm playing.
Skyro, I mean, it'll
Let's retreat.
basically let Virizion get out of there for free. Same with Genesect.
Kelly only has to lose 1. Mime retreats for free. Woo!
Okay.
Go Mime!
It's something. And
that just, Aspersia, it just makes Stoutland bigger. It makes Stoutland a fatty. And makes him hard to
make Lilliput. And
it makes Lilliput survive everything.
No, I was saying free retreat.
That makes Lilliput a nightmare. Let's not talk about that anymore.
We were talking about that. That's why we're here.
Aspersia
right. Basically gives colorless Pokemon
20 more HP.
Yeah, that. So pretty
makes
much
Lilliput a nightmare.
160 HP Stoutland is
it makes
kind of a thing.
This card keeps you from doing weird things to Lilliput turn 1. And it keeps you from right knuckling with a laser and a Burbank and killing it.
It's only... Well, no, you can't have Burbank in that out.
Oh yeah, right. They would counter. Thank you. I'm a dodo.
You can laser bank it.
Sorry, YouTube. Thanks for catching that, Ryan.
No problem.
I feel like a dodo. Another card we should talk about is Beach, because it would be good in there, but we're poverty. We poverty
and don't really go to Worlds.
Yeah, well, we could. We probably could eventually.
You could if we actually sat there and
planned it
and built not
crazy dot pile, but we're fun.
Yeah,
we're fun people. Hooligans Jim and Cast for life. No, not
you
really.
stop. My God, Austin.
That gets us is cooler anyway.
The other stadium, I will hold all out, especially in these formats. Is Pokemon Center. Pokemon Center now, especially with Mr. Mime
And Keldeo.
Well, not even just Keldeo.
Both make it safe.
Yeah.
Like, it lets you choose what you're healing.
Yeah.
It makes it really good.
Pokemon Center, you're able, like once per turn, you're able to take 20 damage off of one of your Pokemon on your bench.
Both of you can do it.
Yeah, well, it's a stadium. With Mr. Mime out, you don't have to worry about
them hitting your bench Pokemon.
Bench from like Dark Rock.
It has the bench barrier.
Yeah, pretty much.
Keldeo lets you switch.
Yeah, pretty much get out. So
honestly, that even though we don't have one sitting on the table because they're out in your car.
I know. Actually, I think there's some laying around here somewhere.
Oh,
I know there's none in my binder.
That's so funny. They're out in your car.
Yeah, I have some out in my car. But it might still be a thing. It might actually happen with this deck. I'm thinking either Aspersia.
I'd rather have Burbank. Out of all the stuff.
I may not be running a lot of lasers.
Then go Pokemon Center. You keep hyping that card up. Prove it's good.
Because I can't do that with all the cards I hype because full heal is banned.
True.
And that is in this deck it'd be kind of pointless anyway.
Yeah, it's
because I have a full heal.
You can't hype it there.
I can because Pokemon thought full heal was so good they put it on a body.
Okay. Sure. Now that we're getting distracted.
I am not getting distracted. I am on my soapbox. Leave me alone.
Thanks, Obama.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway, all political jokes aside, supporters.
Political joke. That's not a political joke. You're saying thanks, Obama. Okay.
He's about to drop the hottest album of the year.
No.
That would be so cool, though.
Okay, supporters. Colress.
Benches happen in this deck.
Should.
Yeah.
On a good day, it's a good bench. Bad day, you'll have no bench, or you'll get this like turn 2.
That happens.
Yeah.
That's why you usually only run 2 of them.
So yeah, it's up.
If you run them, it's like 2.
In is questionably one of the best supporters in the game.
No, it is most definitely one of the best supporters in the game. Just not in that deck.
Yeah.
Like, in
this deck is probably not going to be the best because, well, I don't want their hands to be loaded. So, I mean, late game it's good if they're in the lead, but other than that, it's eh.
Yeah.
Shadow Triad. It allows you. It's pretty much like
I can get this laser, this Ghetsis, this Plasma Pokemon, this Plasma Energy.
Yeah, Plasma Energy for.
This other Shadow Triad, if you really wanted to be a derp and just didn't actually have any other supporter that mattered to play. Because I've seen people do that.
Literally just anything else.
No, well, they were stalling for time. Because like it was gonna put them into time and put them into sudden death. So he just Shadow Triad for Shadow Triad, and then ended his turn and it got him to time. And I'm like, all right, we'll do it.
But
because you're allowed to make that play.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping you. It meets the requirements. Although it's retarded.
Very much so. The Shadow Triad, my first opinion was this was...
And if I were judging that tournament, I would have said stop stalling. But...
That's not stalling, it's a legitimate play. It is a legitimate play. It doesn't...
If he starts looping it, it's no longer a legitimate play. The first time he does it, it's cool.
No, it's still a legitimate play. It is a plasma card in the discard pile.
Anyway, alright, off that subject. Next supporter.
I wasn't even able to really talk about this card because you kept rambling.
Yeah.
My God. My main reason for this was...
that too.
Yes. Stop.
Sorry, it's distracting. They're ninjas. I got it.
My main idea for this card was pretty much plasma energy in the discard pile. Search it. It's pretty much like searching.
It's searching for a Pokemon catcher.
Pretty much. That's basically my main thought process behind it. And I'm able to play less plasma energy, so I can leave my energy lineup open for
basic energy.
Yeah. Juniper.
It's Juniper.
You're able to speed through your deck more. I mean, I could throw away plasma energy for all I care about, and
whoop whoop.
not really care.
Unless they were both in the thing you discarded along with the plasma energy.
Yeah.
Then you're just kind of.
Then that's my luck with Juniper. But
but hey, you got a relationship with the professor.
Yeah.
You and the professor are a relationship.
It's usually like BDSM, but whatever.
Seen it.
Iris
LOL.
is one of these cards I kind of want to see big because
it's Iris.
we don't really have plus powers anymore.
Yeah, that's the main one.
I mean, if they get a energy lead, hell, it doesn't.
Wasn't she also one of like your favorite characters of Gen 5? Like as far as design went.
I like this outfit for her.
Her champion outfit?
I like her champion outfit because it's really overly done and silly.
It's over the top.
And like weird cat ear bow thing.
I like the cat ear bow. It's funny. Alright, next support.
That and her team technically kind of hurts on challenge mode.
Oh yes it does. I don't want to go back.
Yeah. And might be another answer for Garbodor for this deck.
Yeah.
Bianca.
But
Bianca is technically the same answer as Bike, just once per turn and
more cards.
more cards.
Next card.
Justice will
definitely be making
pretty much just say definitely in this deck because it basically gets rid of all their items.
And then they're playing supporters, which they're not playing.
Which hopefully you're not able to play because you should have a Stoutland up. And you get to draw more cards off that anyway. Charon is just a generic draw 3 cards. It's really not that bad. There's just better things to play. Caitlyn, I could see being played. Maybe. It's another one of those up in the air cards.
It falls in the same boat as Charon for me. There's better stuff to play.
Yeah.
At least for this deck. In Crobat, however, it is played.
Pretty much.
I like it.
And then Skyla, which is
up in the air. It's one of those cards for this deck too.
No. You get that rare candy.
Oh, okay. Duh. I'm a scrub. Okay. Anyway.
I'm saying this is probably the best supporter in the format.
That's a really tough argument. That's another video. That is no. You don't want to get me on this subject.
There's a trifecta here.
Yeah, there's
cards in the format.
I want to say this,
and Juniper.
Actually, I'd probably take it 4 ways and have Colress in there too because that card late game is ridiculous.
Late game, but this card can miss.
Yeah, it's not necessarily guaranteed.
I mean, this can if you're like ahead, but if you're ahead, you shouldn't be wanting to play in anyway. Unless you're both at one prize, and then it's kind of a
yeah. But are we out of supporters now?
For the most part, I mean, I can't think of any others that relevant.
Yeah,
relevant's awesome.
That's what I was gonna say. Relevant. I can think of other supporters. They're just like Elsa or Hooligans, but they're bad. They're bad in this.
Elsa, yeah, well, I was like,
no, they're bad in here. Stop.
Elsa's not bad in here. It's just not good. It doesn't mean it's bad.
It just means neutral.
Yeah.
There's just A-specs.
Yeah. Let's get the questionable ones out because this can technically be really frustrating because if they're like struggling to get rid of a Stoutland and you slap one of these out before it dies, they're probably just gonna look at you with very angry eyes. They're just gonna probably give you a very mental thump or middle finger. And this is technically the same boat. If they're struggling to kill a Stoutland, play Scuba, pick it up.
That's also really funny when they're about to kill certain things like Terrakion.
Yeah.
Whoop!
These cards would pretty much just be more trolly than anything. It's not really...
Well, Scoop Up Cyclone's really good. It's also trolly.
Yeah, I mean...
Same thing as for Scramble Switch, though.
Scramble Switch is technically...
good all the time.
Relevant, though.
Yeah.
Or just a Switch.
But, anyway, moving on.
Or just a Switch.
If like it does both. I've had to do that.
Yeah, I have to. I think anybody who runs that card has had to at least once. I mean, there's almost no getting around it. Computer search and Dowsing Machine, which we talked about in the last video.
But you know, it's worth repeating.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still kind of up in the air for this. I mean, these are funny, but
no, they're funny, but no,
probably not going to happen.
Whoop, whoop.
These three.
Oh.
Yeah. These three.
To be honest,
the scramble switch I'm seeing, like, it's still another one of those. I mean, if I'm running the Pokemon Center, the scramble switch could be kind of sick.
I see it
because you get a Stoutland on the bench, a hurt Stoutland up front doing work. You just scramble switch up to the fresh one, then start healing the other one up.
That is raw. That's sleazy. I can appreciate sleaze.
But cards like Computer Search will help you get to things faster, and this will let you recycle. Like, it's another. I mean, I can grab.
Gestus,
Shadow
Iris.
Triad,
Iris.
So these three will pretty much be the main ones.
They'll be the other two aren't relevant choices. One of those three.
These three will be the ones I'll be bouncing back and forth with. They're all viable.
It all depends on the metagame around the area. Like, it depends on what you see.
True.
Like, you could just carry them with you and swap, and then have it written, and then write your list at the tournament. Like, you could scout the event and see what people mention what they're playing. Then you just do it.
Yeah, a lot of times I don't really worry about metagames because I feel if your deck can't at least go toe-to-toe with them...
It's probably not a good deck in the first place.
Pretty much.
I feel that. I can respect
Like,
that.
if you can't build a deck and at least just have a legitimate good game with the meta deck, you're probably not going to be wanting to play it at a large scale.
Or we can't just net deck a good deck.
You could, but that's a lot less fun.
Oh yeah, I personally love building my own silly stuff and then just bodying meta.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of meta decks don't know how to deal with a well-constructed, well-played...
weird deck.
Offbeat deck like this. Like, it's meta-infused... Not infused, but...
infused is a good word, actually.
Infused based,
with offbeat.
But it's different enough to throw them off their game.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you, but when you set down a Virizion and then you turn over Mr. Mime and, like, Keldeo, they're going to be like...
And maybe a Lillipup.
And a Lillipup. They're going to be like, what?
Yeah, it's also kind of a mental thing. I mean...
And that'll psych you out.
Mentality is, like, one
of the cornerstones of playing well. If you can psych them out early, the game is the match is pretty much yours.
Pretty much. I mean, unless you're just playing that and...
Then you're a scrub.
Well,
or you're just having a bad day.
Yeah.
Because some people do that. Like, I'm terrible in the moment.
I'm not terrible in the moment. I just have... I've had a game, quite literally. I mulligan, like, 4 times. Start with, like, a Dratini. And they're playing, like... They just go, I have a Plasma Kyurem and a Deoxys pop. And I'm just like... Well, I'm more angry about having a mulligan for like 20 minutes to get a Pokemon than getting donked, rather than losing. So it's just
it's not even that you got donked. It's that you had all the setup that went into you getting just losing.
Pretty much, there was a lot of work there just to get donked.
And that's why I really liked the changes to the rules. But that's another video also entirely.
More or less. Energy lineup for this deck. I'm seeing 2 Plasma Energy. Because it's recyclable with Triad, which I did already plan on doing. I'm thinking
3 fighting,
around 3 fighting,
and the rest grass.
I usually have around a set goal of 12 to 14 energy.
Okay, sure. Energy is player preference. Really.
Yeah, that's a player preference.
So go in there.
So that's 5.
9.
6, 7, 8,
9. There you go.
If I want to run 14.
It might go drop to 13.
It might drop
to 12.
Yeah, it might drop a bit.
It might go up 1, maybe.
Depending on space. So
yeah.
It's all about space and preference.
But that's all.
That's pretty much it. And I will have...
The deck list probably at the end of it. At the end of the video, right?
Yeah, I'll probably get one built.
Actually, you might as well just deck profile it later. Then.
Well, we might as well. Well, that'll go with it. No, yeah. I might just have a deck profile. I'm this late on.
This is more in the process.
I'm pretty much doing a late. This is pretty late on a Saturday. The next day is our league, so I'll probably go there, play a few games, and then I might do a deck profile and get that up later. So that'll probably be how this all plays out. So I will show you games. Yeah, later on. And thanks for watching.